Good afternoon, Miss Dean. It's good to see you again. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. Um, so let's get started. I know that the last time we met, we were in discussion about some issues that you were having in regards to your relationship of 10 years ending. And we got a little deeper. I've obtained some more knowledge about there was some underlying issues with that relationship ending, and it contributed to the passing of your father from your childhood. So I know that you were expressing how you were in a low place and that you weren't in a position to where you felt like you were worthy to be loved, and it had negatively affected your ability to interact and do active things that you once did, and you kind of shut yourself off from the world and kind of secluded yourself and isolated yourself in your home.
Yeah. And things are still, I guess, complicated. Still trying to process that breakup.
Right, right. And so, tell me a little bit more about that.
The breakup itself, um, that was the person I felt like I was going to spend the rest of my life with.
Right,
We had plans, we had rings, we had met families. Um, our lives were intertwined,
right,
and then it was gone.
right, right. And so, with that situation, tell me how you feel the passing of your father has kind of helped things to kind of spiral out of control. What part does your father's passing have to do with the breakup of you and your significant other?
I mean, for me, I've only truly loved two men in my life,
Right,
and both of those men are no longer in my life.
right,
Um, my father was someone who I've looked at as my supporter, my protector, and the man that I was involved with, I also looked at like he was my protector.
right,
And now both my protectors are gone. It's kind of just like, even though one is passed away and the other's just not in my life, I still have two men who were on the forefront of my being
right,
that are not
right,
involved in me, in anything I do.
right. So you kind of feel like, in a sense, um, that you're alone and abandoned.
Yes.
Right. And so, how does that bring us to where we are currently?
I mean, just dealing with the loss of my father, I have those issues where you have those times when you feel like you need your father.
Hmm.
The loss of your mate, though, it's just kind of put me in a place like I just don't want to be out there yet. I don't want to be around anyone. Um, Everything reminds me of either the relationship or something that I'm missing.
Right.
And that's not, I can't just keep.
So it's hard for you to interact and be around others because everything that you do gives you a sense of,
What used to be.
right, what you've lost.
Yes, and it's kind of like, if I go out, you know, will it be something that triggers something for me? And I
Right,
don't want to go through the loss again.
right, right. Afraid of that happening all over it, repeating itself.
Mm,
Understandable. And so, how are we dealing with that, now? Like, just, I know that you said that you're secluding yourself, but like, is there any other things that we have going on in our minds that we're telling ourselves? Any negative thoughts about those situations, or any type of negative talk that we have that's come up about ourselves and our and who we are?
I mean, I always bring it back to, did I do something? Am I the issue? And could it have been, that I worked too much or that I ate too much or that I gained too much weight, or is it something that I did that caused the relationship to end? Um, so it always comes back to some negative thoughts, but I
Right.
just don't know how to correct that.
Right. And so you see all of this happening, and so you automatically think that it's something you've done. You kind of blame yourself for the loss of your father and your relationship ending.
Yes.
Right. Right. And so, what do you think that you can do to get you out of that negative space, out of that negative mindset, out of, that negative talk?
I mean, I try and pray about it and talk about it, but it kind of just goes back to the negative thoughts.
Right. And so, do you have anyone that's in your circle, anyone that's of a support to you through this process, through this whole situation that you can, depend on and talk to?
Yeah, I have my sister. She's been a big support for me.
Have you utilized her?
No, I haven't. I've been kind of just keeping it to myself.
And why is that?
I don't know. It's easier. You don't want anybody to know your troubles, to judge you or make you feel like how you feel is stupid.
But you're saying that you have these supports and that your sister is very close to you. Do you really think that she would judge you, or she would only be there to, be a listening ear and to guide you through and to support you in this trying time?
I think she would be a listening. I don't think that she would judge me.
Okay.
It's just I haven't utilized her.
Right. Understandable. And so, do you think that that would be something that you would like to do at some point?
Yes, most
Right.
definitely.
And I see that, it's phenomenal that through all that you're going through, you still took the initiative to come here. So that shows that you really want to change and get better and be able to live that healthy and active life that you described to me before that you once lived. Going out, exercising and socializing with people and getting back to the real Robin.
Yeah.
Right. And so I kind of wanted to introduce a theory of a therapy approach called cognitive behavioral therapy. And what that theory is that it basically focuses on the negative aspects of our thoughts that also negatively affect our behaviors. And so with that therapy, that approach, we work together in conjunction with one another to become aware of what those issues are, the negative thoughts and schemas that you have about yourself, and we kind of swap those negative thoughts and feelings out with positive thoughts and things that can, get you to evoke change in your behavior and in your thoughts and in your actions. A lot of that is more so of a talk therapy where we talk through the issues and we see where the distortions are, and we come up with new thoughts and new ways of trying to tell ourselves that we're not the problem, we are loved, we're not alone, and we give ourselves positive affirmations. And so also through this approach, we there'll be given times during sessions where you'll be given homework sessions where you would basically for that day or for that week journal your thoughts and your feelings. And once you express those things on paper, then we would come back and then we would talk about those things. So I think that that would be a good approach to use with you. What do you think?
I think it's definitely worth a try. It sounds like something that could be beneficial.
Right, because I know that we've been talking. One of your long-term goals would be to get back into an active place and in a healthier place, and so I think that that is very important. What do you think about that?
I think so. I think we can start there.
Right, and so for our next session, what I would like you to do, we can start by journaling. So I would like you to, anytime that you have some negative feelings or thoughts about what's going on, write those feelings and those thoughts down, and then we can come back and talk about those thoughts and feelings. And also, give yourself some positive affirmations about I'm good enough, or I'm smart enough, I'm beautiful, I'm not alone, I'm around people who love me, and then when we come back, we can see how those things work for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Good to see you again.
You
Hope
too.
all is well.
Thank you.